Welcome to Thoughts from the Mentally Ill. I want to apologize about the quality of this video. As you can see, I have a shitty camera. This is the outcome of it. Left, progressives, regressives, we need to talk. You don't know what the fuck reality is anymore, and that concerns me. That's right, the guy who takes antipsychotic medication, the crazy fucker, is more grounded in reality than you are, and that is problematic. So let's use a couple examples to show just how fucking, left of reality you've gone. Just how far down the road of stupid you've traveled. Let's take the most recent example. PewDiePie. The biggest YouTube celebrity there is right now. He was just removed from Disney Maker Studios because they dropped him because he had anti-Semitic content in his videos. Not that he was promoting anti-Semitism, not that he was saying, "Yeah, white power." No, none of that crap. It was he was just you could tell in the context that it was clearly not serious in any way, shape, or form. It was just showing that people for like a few dollars will say anything on the internet, on this website, and sure as hell they did. And some where people were saying anti-Semitic stuff. And you could see in his face the shock and like his reaction, was genuine. Like he wasn't. He's like, wow. So it wasn't like he was promoting this. Okay. Second, there's something called dark humor. It takes an uncomfortable situation and it not only brings light to the topic, because some people don't want to face things head on like that. So dark humor is a way to just like, oh my god, this is not acceptable, but to find humor in life, even in the darkest of things. So there's those two things. So it's A, he's not being serious, and B, you can tell the context of how this came across. Yet everyone's freaking, well, not everyone. 50% of the people are outraged. You have 50% of the people who are based in fucking reality, and then you have 50% of the people who are so far like introverted that their anus and their head are one and the same. Like there are people literally defending Walt Disney while simultaneously condemning PewDiePie. And this is true. I was reading just scores of this online. It's hilarious. Because the most common thing that's brought up in this right now is, well, uh, okay, you took PewDiePie off of your content. You know, you no longer support him because of the anti-Semite or anti-Semitic videos that were a part of his content. So what about the Walt Disney name? Like there's so much irony here. It's like if you're going to kick him because he's bad for your brand is based off of a guy who is a known racist, a known hater of the Jewish people. Like, are you stupid? Like you are picking battles that are just so far gone. And I've heard things was like, well, someone actually came back to me and said, well, the Maker Studios is only owned by Disney. Who cares? That is semantics at this point, right? Like it is Disney Maker Studios. Okay, their name is on it. Walt Disney was a known Nazi supporter, a known racist. Like we cannot ignore these things. Like just watch Dumbo, Songs of the South. You know what I'm saying? Like his Nazi propaganda videos. So like really, this is the stance you're gonna take? PewDiePie bad, even though context clearly shows that he wasn't promoting it in any way, shape, or form. Um, but keep Walt Disney because you have fond memories of that name. Because The Little Mermaid was good. Because you enjoyed Snow White. All right, fine. You want to take that position? And the other thing that's funny is that the biggest defense of it is like, well, that was a long time ago. Walt Disney was from a different era. It was more acceptable back then. Okay, really? Because you seem to let that fly. That is an acceptable uh, uh, position for you to take to defend Walt Disney because you like Walt Disney products, while simultaneously changing the name of Calhoun College because the guy supported slavery. So we can ignore all the bad things that Walt Disney did because Sleeping Beauty, right? But the same doesn't apply to Calhoun because we were not emotionally invested. So all the good things that he did doesn't matter because of the few bad thoughts he had. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not promoting racism in any way. I don't justify the things that. What I'm saying is that you need to be consistent in your outrage. You cannot be like, oh, this is okay, while simultaneously condemning the same exact fucking thing over here, because then you're like, people like me are sitting back on confused, going, what the fuck are you doing? It's either it's all bad or it's all good, and we're not talking shades of gray here. The concept is the same. The whole premise is the same. It is the same movie, different label. The content is the same, essentially. So, why is it okay? Why selective outrage? Why do you think it's okay to have selective outrage and then get upset when people call you out on it? But I'm the crazy one. I'm the one who's on medication. All right. Second, leftists, regressives, and I know you're not one and the same, but I'm going to kind of group you up here a little bit. I'm going to take some hate for this, but fine. You need to stop with trying to be the moral authority. Your moral compass isn't pointing north. You don't know what the fuck you're doing anymore. Okay, everyone's running around. It's like we deserve free college, and and what we say must be done, or you are a racist or a sexist, or we will condemn you, we will destroy you, we will hurt you. If you are not two-step lock formation in our fascist march towards an Orwellian hell, you are evil. Let's break this down. First, we're $19 trillion in debt. We can't afford free college. There aren't enough jobs and enough rich people in America to tax 100% to pay for that type of shit. You can't do it. The best thing you can do is try try to reduce the cost of colleges, and you could argue for that and make colleges cheaper so it's more affordable. But we're $19 trillion in debt. Our budget still isn't balanced. You want more free shit? How the fuck does that work in your brain? Like you think this money is magically going to fall from the sky, and that if we just continue printing this money, that we're not going to have to back it up in any legitimate form at any point in time, that we can just continue borrowing from economic enemies and political enemies such as China to continue to fund your stupidity, and there's not going to be any type of repercussion. Also, these are the same people that are getting into to the social programs instead of the hard sciences. We have fucking gender studies degrees and so, social political degrees and liberal arts degrees instead of getting something in biology or engineering or mathematics, computer sciences, whatever. You like it's not so you're gonna have overeducated. Great, you know Shakespeare. You have a little philosophy under your belt, but guess what? Your bitch ass is still gonna be flipping burgers, and it's gonna cost the taxpayers about $40,000. So you're gonna still wind up in the same shit position you started with, because if everyone has an opportunity, because I mean, really, where do we draw the line on who gets to go to college and who doesn't? So even the dumbest fucker is going to get a chance to go and get it paid for. So if everyone's educated, who's going to do the shit jobs? Because someone's gonna have to do the shit jobs. And if everyone is paid exorbitant amounts of money, that's just going to lead to inflation. And then then money is just you get less for your dollar. That's it. It'll be the same thing it is now, except now you just have a bunch of overeducated fry cooks. Like literally, that's exactly what will happen. We do not have enough jobs in America that are blue collar, high class, intellectual jobs or white collar jobs to fill. You know, you see what I'm saying? You're not grounded in fucking reality. And once again, we don't have money to pay for this. We have none. $19 trillion in debt, and you cannot grasp this fucking concept. But you think this money is just going to fall from the fucking sky. Like, if you took every single penny, and uh, um, I'm not talking like 50% tax. I'm talking take everyone's income from the top 1%, take 100% of their income, take 100% of everything they've earned, everything they have, you could fund most entitlement programs for maybe a year or two at most. That's not enough to get one generation through even a bachelor's degree. So how do you plan to do this magical fucking feat, or do you think that this is supposed to just fucking happen? Are you that removed from reality? And the third thing I want to discuss, people, is this hatred towards anyone who disagrees with your position. Because that's the whole idea, is that you have the moral authority. Like, you're trying to speak for the oppressed, and you know what's right for this country, and only you know. And what is good, and if you are not in the same position with, if people don't agree with you, they're evil, and that's what it all boils down to. And let's go back to this Trump thing. Do I like Trump entirely? Absolutely no. Did I vote for Trump? Yep. Yeah, I did. Why? Because I'm a racist? No. No. My entire history shows that I'm not racist. I've dated people of multiple races. I don't see anyone as lesser. Well, okay, sorry. I do see people without common sense as lesser. But I'm saying is I don't see any race or religion as actually lesser. I think every group is inherently bad, including the Republicans, including the far-leaning right. Um, God knows they have their issues. But here's the thing: if someone voted for Trump, it does not give you the right to call them racist. And this literally happened yesterday, where this woman was screaming, like caps lock on, just screaming at people, saying, "If you support Trump, you're a racist. You are a horrible person." It's like, okay. So if you supported Hillary, what the fuck does that make you then? She is on audio saying that she would disrupt a democratic process, an election of another people's to promote her own agenda. She would take away democratic freedoms and rights to vote of another's people's for whatever, for whatever gain she wants to get out of it. So are you against democracy? Are you against freedom? Are you against free elections? Are you against the right to choose? And you have her saying things like, the primary victims of war have always been women and children. Because I'm sorry, the primary victims of war have always been women because they lose their husbands and sons. Fucking no! The primary victims of war have always been men. Overwhelmingly men. The men that lay down their lives in the defense against tyranny to protect your lives, that gives you the opportunity to breathe and mourn. Their lives are not somehow lesser than your emotion when they have sacrificed their bodies and even their lives so you can live. You are not the primary victim. So if you support Hillary Clinton, clearly you're fucking sexist. How many rape accusations has there been against Bill Clinton? Countless. And he lied. He lied that sex even occurred with these women. But later on, during the whole Monica Lewinsky scandal, he actually came clean about the whole thing when I think he was the attorney general or something for Arkansas. Or it was during his gubernatorial race, I think it came out. But yeah, a woman accused him of brutally raping him. Now, mind you, accusation does not equal guilt, and I do want to make this clear. But Hillary helped sweep that shit under the rug, and he did lie. And I'm like 90% certain that she knew fucking better. She knew that he was flirtatious in the way he was with women. So on one end she's saying listen and believe, and on the other hand she's trying to cover up all the fucked up things that her husband did, including the cheating and all this other stuff. So it's this sex never happened. This woman's lying. I never raped her. And then 20 years later, he's like, yeah, we had sex. Okay, you're admitting to that. What else might have happened? Let's look into this. No, never happened. So if you support Hillary, you support rape culture. Like, so don't start the shit. You can support a person's policies. You can support a person's ideals. You don't, just because you voted for someone or you support them in general doesn't mean you support everything that they've ever done or everything that they've ever said. So you don't get to run around slandering people, libeling people, because you don't like that they disagree with you. Let's be honest, America. Let's have a come to Jesus moment here, if you will. This is just for the sake of argument. What do you think is got Trump elected? Do you think that since 2008 that somehow America became so overwhelmingly racist that we just want to destroy gays, destroy the minority communities, destroy all the Muslims? Like, you think that's really what happened? Or could it be that the reason why he got elected is because the left has turned around and demonized white straight men and white people so much in trying to place the white guilt, even though a lot of our families had nothing to do with any of that? We didn't. I know my family had nothing to do with racism, nothing to do with slavery, nothing to do with the genocide of Native Americans because they weren't even in this country at any of those points in time. We like constantly being told that we're racist and sexist when we know we're not. We know we haven't done anything wrong, and yet you continue to do this. You don't think that there's going to be an outrage and a backlash because you keep slinging these words around as weapons? But no, once again, you're not in touch with fucking reality. You just like, oh, it must be because they're racist. No, no, you, you are the reason that fucking Oompa Loompa is in office right now. You, not racism, not sexism, not this fantastical oppression god that constantly comes down and only fucks with certain people, but apparently keeps white men completely fine, even though we make up the majority of homeless people. But yeah, don't worry about it because fucking reasons. So left, let's sum this up. We've been at this for too long. It's been 20 minutes. Stop whatever the fuck you think it is you're doing and actually think. What does common sense say? Is my outrage justified, or is someone pulling at my emotion strings? Am I being equal across the board in my bias? If equality is what you actually seek, am I actually seeking true equality, or am I selectively seeking the things I want? Is this person actually a racist? Or am I just angry and lashing out at him because he doesn't agree with me? Would I like free college? Yes, but it's not free. Money's got to come from somewhere. So in reality, is this actually plausible? And don't bring up San Francisco, because we have to wait to see how the hell that goes. Because I highly doubt this is going to turn out well. You also got to remember the cost of living in that city is outrageous. But we'll see how many people just move to San Francisco to try to get that. But all right. So I'm sorry, Left. If you don't agree with what I have to say, that's fine. Put your rebuttals in the comments. But this is thoughts from the mentally ill, and saying that I faced up to my demons and realized that I needed to get help. Left, aggressive specifically, it's time to get your ass on some medication. And that medication is fucking reality and common sense. Peace out.